Adriana here, and I haven't made a video in a little while because I just recently got a conventional, like my first not online related job, like working a 9 to 5, clocking in kind of thing. I now work at a bookstore, which is cool. And I'm also trying to balance that and university classes, and then in January I'm going to get a lot more. I'm also trying to do NaNoWriMo, and so with all of those things that I'm trying to focus on and prioritize, I've kind of not been reading as much as I would like to, so I decided to just participate in 3 different readathons that are happening within the next couple of weeks, like all within November, before November ends. So there's 3, and we'll just kind of go in order-ish. These are like my TBRs for all of them. I'm probably not going to get to even at least half of these books, but like let's see what I get to from each of these things, because at least it'll motivate me to read to where I at least maybe finish a book or 2 more than I would have while doing work, school, and nano, you know? So anyways, the first readathon that I plan on doing is the Contemporary-A-Thon, which is hosted by Chelsea Darling, and I will remember to link all the information for her and for that readathon down below. It starts the 13th of this month and it ends the 19th, so it's an exactly full week, and that means that it started a couple days ago and I'm already behind, but still have a large TBR, because, you know, why not? Well, it's large for less than a week left of it. But I decided that I wanted to do this readathon mainly because I wanted to get to Turtles All the Way Down. I've been wanting to read this so much. I picked it up, I was excited for it, and the thing is, I told myself I wouldn't start a new book until I finished it. It is really good, but it's like huge, it's dense, and I have been doing so many things that it's just been ridiculous trying to finish that. So I haven't started a new book in a while as a result, but this, if I'm going to start a new book, this is like the next thing I want to pick up. Which I know nothing about except that it's a contemporary about a girl who has OCD, which is Own Voices rep because John Green himself has OCD, and that it has been one of my most anticipated books in a long time. It's John Green's first book in, like, what, 6 years since The Fault in Our Stars came out, and yes, so we have this. And that will complete the challenge of the newest contemporary book you've, like, obtained, because that's, like, the newest one that I bought, especially the first book that I've bought in a long time, full price. So, then the second challenge is, well, I'm doubling up on challenges for the second and third one, which is read an adult contemporary novel and one that has LGBT themes in it. So here I have Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. This is known as like a gay classic book, and it's really thin. So I got this a while ago, maybe in the beginning of this year or something, and I've been really wanting to pick it up. So hopefully it is a quick read, and it would knock out 2 different challenges, and yeah. Then, challenge number 4. Read a book that is 5 years, a contemporary book that's 5 years old or more, and for that one I have On the Bright Side, I Am Now the Girlfriend of a Sex God by Louise Renison. This is the second book in the Georgia Nicholson series, like the first book being the Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging. I'm obsessed with the movie. I think that I've talked about this in the wrap-up where I read the first book recently, well, not too long ago. I love the movie so much, but the first book was so awful. I hated it so much, and I didn't remember hating it that much when I was a kid when I read the book. But I love the title of this book, and I have a lot of the other books in the series, so I'm going to give it one last chance, especially since the movie is technically the adaptation of the first 2 books. So I'm thinking, if I try this and I like it, then I'll keep going with the series and give it a chance. But, like, the font is pretty big, and it's, like, in, like, quick sporadic things of what happens in her day, so it's only, like, a paragraph if nothing really happens in her day. I read the first one, when I read it a couple months ago, I read it in, like, a day. So I assume that I can do that. And then let's see. Number 5, the challenge is to read a book that is not set in summer, and as much as my knowledge goes, none of them are. Maybe they are. I don't remember if these are. I don't think they are, because the first book was all about her in school and, like, the drama that happened there, and if she's still in school, then, you know, it wouldn't be in summer. Giovanni's Room, I don't think is in summer, and I don't think it really focuses on summer either way, and Turtles All the Way Down, I know nothing about because I want to go into it blind, so hopefully one of those applies to it. And then number 6, read a dark contemporary. I think Giovanni's Room would apply to that, and maybe even Turtles All the Way Down, so I might just throw that challenge onto one of those, but I was thinking if I manage to finish these 3 before the week is over and have time to start at least reading one, a dark contemporary that I'd want to pick up is either The End of Eternity by Loretta Lost. I have it on my Kindle, and it's a spin-off book for the Clarity series, which I read all 4 books for, and I really loved. And it's about a woman that's in a very abusive relationship, and she finds out that, like, you know, the man was also abusive to, like, her family and stuff. So obviously that's dark, and then when I mentioned this to my mom, she recommended Too Late by Colleen Hoover, so I might pick up that one. I don't know what it's about, but she said it's a dark contemporary. So yeah, that's it for the Contemporary-A-Thon. Then we're going to talk about Tome Topple. Tome Topple, I've participated in 3 times before, and it's going to be round 5, I believe, and it goes from November 18th to November 30th. Which is cool, because I know I'm not going to read much on Thursday and Friday, even though I'm trying to do the Contemporary-A-Thon, because I have work, and I have school, and I have my mom's birthday, and I have Nano, and I have so much crap. So, this I might be able to do better at, but this is the first time that I haven't been super hyped for Tome Topple, because I'm trying to get all of these things that I really want to read this month, and by the end of the year, out of the way, and big books aren't plans of that except 2. There's only 2 that qualify as tomes that I plan on reading before the end of the year, so I might at least read some of said books within this round of Tome Topple. First one is to finish It. I have 200 pages left of It, so I don't know if that's like cheating going into it, but the book itself is like 1,200 pages. So I'm definitely going to take Tome Topple for, if nothing else, to finish It. I might finish it beforehand, before it even reaches the 18th, but that's being, like, over-ambitious. I might start Tome Topple with only 100 pages left of it, but whatever. And then, that would complete the challenge of reading an adult tome. And if I decide to try to pick up another one within the 2 weeks, because it does last 2 weeks, the only other tome that is on, like, my to-read before the end of the year list is, The Elf Stones of Shannara by Terry Brooks. This is a high fantasy book. It's technically the second one in a series, but you can read this one as the first one if you want. The TV show is based off of this book, and it treats it like it's the first book of the series, and that the actual first book is more like a prequel, because I believe it doesn't follow the same characters. So, I got this for Christmas 2 years ago, and I wanted to read it before the new year, because I like reading all my Christmas books and not having them for too long unread. This is like 580 or 90 pages. It's almost 600 pages. So it should be enough. I've heard that it's really dense though, so I'm not sure how far I'd get into it, but if I at least start it, it would complete the challenges of reading more than one tome, because even if I don't finish it, at least I got to get some reading and done for more than one tome. It's part of a series. It's from the Shannara Chronicles, and it is also an adult book, like It. And then the last one is a 24-hour readathon. Tome Topple is hosted by Thoughts on Tomes, by the way, and a bunch of other people, which I'll try to throw in all that info. But the last one is a readathon that is a 24-hour readathon, which I was like, maybe I really need one of those in my life, because why not? and it's hosted by the first chapter, I believe, and it starts on Saturday the 18th at 8 p.m. in whatever time zone you're in, and it ends Sunday, the 19th at 8 in whatever time zone. For that, I'm just planning on maybe getting through, like, some of the, since it's still when both of the readathons are going on, both Tome Topple and the Contemporary-A-Thon, I figured I can go for the shorter, Contemporary-A-Thon books, maybe read a little bit of the Tome Topple books, but two short ones that I can get to that have nothing to do with that if I want to go to, is The Guild, which I did put in my TBR for the month, so it's a comic trade and should be quick. And it also would kind of serve as research for my nano project, so it would be good for me to get to it. And in that same vein, something that's really short that I can get to in 24 hours that would be research for what I'm working on for nano is called Zombies vs. the Evil Dead. It is a ebook that I got for free that's on my Kindle. I'm not sure if it's still for free. It was one of those, like, deals. Yeah. And it has something to do with what I'm writing. I don't really want to say too much because it's kind of a hot mess right now, but those two would both be research things that would take, like, no time at all to read, and yeah. That's about it. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you would like to see more of my face and my books. Bye.